no, she looks guilty as hell. And then I'm looking at it and I'm saying, did you really say that? Mm-hmm. Did you really say that Caitlin Clark should think of Heavenly Stars, that she wouldn't be worth anything if she wasn't playing in the WNBA? Did you really say? See, all of these things that Nafisha Collier brought up.
The WNBA battled for attention for 27 years. At last, they have a superstar who is attracting millions of viewers and bringing in a ton of money. The league office is acting out, of course. Something crazy was just revealed by Stephen A. Smith. It's possible that the commissioner is attempting to undermine her own success. It's no longer about basketball. This is about corporate jealousy and ego control.
Let me clarify first, because it's proxy season, right? No CEO do you just put the base pay in there. You put their bonus, you put their stock options, you put everything. Caitlin has the ability to make up to $500,000 just in WNBA wages this year. So, of course, they're just looking at a base which is collectively bargained. And actually, it's low because she's the number one pick. She'll make a little more than that. But she also has millions and millions of dollars of endorsements. She's actually, because she declared to become pro, her endorsements are higher in dollar value. She has a global platform now, not just a U.S. platform. So she's going to do just fine, as will the top players in the league, as every league does. Also, there's comparisons to the men. Those men's leagues are 75 to 120 years old. We're tipping off our 28th season. I would say if you looked at them 28 seasons in, we're further ahead. But I realize we still have a lot of work to do, and it's all about the
Is this the most blatant instance of self-defeating behavior in sports history? Or has the WNBA leadership gone entirely insane? Leave a comment with your ideas. Given how truly crazy this situation is, let's examine what actually transpired. There were rumors of a new ad with the Indiana Fever star and Caitlin Clark. That's nothing out of the ordinary, is it?
Wrong.
It seems that WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert and the league management as a whole went completely crazy about this advertising. Angry phone calls, private meetings, and what Stephen A. Smith refers to as absolute wrath from the top are all on the table.
Hey, Caitlin! Can you make it from there? Hey, Caitlin, how about from here?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, she can't make it from there. No chance.
Caitlin, conmigo, let.
You got it. I'm not even gonna ask.
Hey, Caitlin from here might be impressive. Am I right?
Whatever, Chet.
From right here.
From there!
Now take a moment to consider how backward this is. Millions of people who might not otherwise watch women's basketball see your league thanks to your best star landing a huge national ad. Celebration would be the typical reaction from any capable sports organization. Raise the champagne, distribute a press release, spread the word on social media, and take full advantage of the opportunity. Not the WNBA, though. They seem to react with hatred and rage. Stephen A. Smith essentially confirmed this rather than only speculating about it. Throughout the season, he has been among the most vocal supporters of Caitlin Clark, but his most recent remarks have taken a considerably more sinister turn. He now discusses more than simply judicial drama. He is revealing what he believes to be serious corruption in the league's leadership. SAS claims that the atmosphere emanating from WNBA headquarters isn't a celebration of their recent achievements. Because one player has surpassed the entire organization in size, there is fear and jealousy.
Lisa Bluter was in the commercial, Travis Scott was in the commercial, Travis Kelce was in the commercial, Jason Kelce was in the commercial, like the podcast thing, which we're going to get.
Let's examine the reasons behind the particular havoc this commercial generated. Caitlin Clark is not presented as just another WNBA athlete in these high-profile commercials, whether they be for Wilson, Gatorade, or State Farm. She is portrayed as a unique force and a cultural phenomenon. The production value is really high. To the league administration, she appears strong, self-reliant, and, above all, larger than the WNBA.
So it was super hype. And they also launched the campaign from anywhere, which is just perfect for Caitlin Clark. And obviously fans have been waiting for a CC signature shoe for years. It feels like years at this point. She is now 2 seasons into the WNBA, and we've gotten the signature logo, and we've also gotten some merch, but that signature shoe is what everybody is on the edge of their seat for. And she recently went on New Heights once again to talk about her signature shoe, and she talked about the new technology that will be going into this.
This is fantastic for supporters. It piques your interest in watching basketball and is thrilling. However, there is a total loss of control for CEOs like Cathy Engelbert. You see, that image wasn't made by the league. They have no control over the story and did not approve the creative direction. The commissioner sees a player who doesn't require the WNBA to thrive when she sees Clark in these sophisticated ads. Clark has her own economy, her own empire, and her own gravitational pull. This complete loss of leverage is the source of the anger Stephen A. Smith frequently speaks of. Professional sports leagues typically have influence over their players because they depend on the league for their income and publicity. Caitlin Clark has eschewed that conventional dynamic entirely. Everyone is aware that she makes more money off the court than on it. That having money means having power, and power makes people uneasy, especially those who are accustomed to being in charge. According to insiders, this specific commercial's timing really sparked things off. Throughout the season, the league has made a valiant effort to promote a shared narrative. Everyone is constantly reminded that there are other players involved. They want you to concentrate on the system itself, the other players, and the history. Then, in just 30 seconds, this commercial appears and completely destroys that message. It serves as a reminder to everyone in attendance that the commissioner is not the only person genuinely generating interest in this league. The Iowan girl who can drain shots from the logo is the one. The leadership is truly embarrassed by the disparity between Clark's high-end brand arrangements and the WNBA's antiquated, low-budget marketing initiatives. Because it reveals their failure, that embarrassment is escalating into rage. The WNBA battled to become well-known for 27 years. Then one player arrives and does in a single season what they haven't been able to do for almost 30 years. That must be painful. Regarding this, Stephen A. Smith has been unrelenting. He has brought attention to the ridiculousness of a commissioner who is purportedly an expert in business being emotionally weakened because one player is receiving excessive attention. He contends that incompetence is being concealed by the anger. Every time Clark signs a huge contract or appears in a popular ad, it serves as a reminder of what the WNBA has been failing to do for so long. Consider it from the viewpoint of Cathy Engelbert. The commissioner is you. You are expected to be the league's expansion business whiz. Then Gatorade, Wilson, and State Farm market your sport more effectively than you ever did. It's embarrassing. It reveals that you are not particularly skilled at your work. Therefore, it appears that the answer is resentment and animosity rather than learning from it and employing better marketing teams to match that energy. SAS also made the connection between locker room behavior and boardroom attitude. Why would opposition players feel the need to respect Clark if the commissioner is scoffing at her financial success? Toxicology seeps down. It sends a message to everyone else that it's open season when the leadership fails to defend their star and treats her accomplishment with animosity rather than pride. Some of the absurd hard fouls and cheap shots we've witnessed this season may be explained by this. We must consider the history of the WNBA in order to comprehend this anger. The league has been governed by a particular group with a particular philosophy for many years. They see the WNBA as a movement, a cause, and a group effort to gain respect and recognition. Next up is Caitlin Clark, who stands for unadulterated capitalism and individual glory. She is not like the others. She upends the meticulously established hierarchy. This disturbance is aptly highlighted in the commercial. It portrays Clark as an individual force that is distinct from the group. For decades, the WNBA's leadership has worked to persuade the world that the league is the product. They sell the collective and the shield. However, Clark is marketed as an individual symbol by her brand partners. There is a great deal of tension because of this basic difference about what sells. It feels disrespectful to the old guard. They believe that since an Iowa girl can shoot from any place and happen to go viral, all of their basic work is being overlooked. This is the same spirit that led to Clark's exclusion from the Olympic team, as Stephen A. Smith noted. The old guard made that choice to uphold hierarchy and convey a message. You must wait for your turn. Make your payment. But waiting your turn is of no concern to commercial brands. Today, this second, they pay for relevance. Internal chaos is being caused by this mismatch between the fast-paced, merit-based world of advertising and the slow-moving, seniority-based league office. Instead of adjusting to the new reality, the commissioner is becoming irate because she is caught in the middle. Since professional sports are ultimately meant to be a business, let's speak about the money. The outrage over Clark's ad is a prime illustration of the WNBA's alleged corporate misconduct, which Stephen A. Smith has accused the league of on numerous occasions. When a player in a regular league like the NBA or NFL gets a big national advertisement, the commissioner rejoices.
Why?
Because it increases the enterprise's overall worth. It attracts casual spectators to games. It offers goods for sale. Why, then, is the WNBA leadership so angry? So they aren't receiving credit. The league appears cheap and unprofessional because Clark's off-court earnings are far higher than her on-court compensation. A public relations problem arises when casual fans discover that Clark receives a base salary of about $76,000 from the WNBA after seeing her in million-dollar advertising campaigns. It draws attention to the disparity in pay and the absence of income sharing. The commissioner is aware of this. She is aware that every well-publicized commercial shot serves as a reminder to the public that the WNBA underpays its players. It attracts criticism. Why is the league so broke if this girl is generating so much attention and money? Is one of the awkward questions that people start asking. Leadership becomes defensive rather than addressing the revenue model or applauding the publicity. It seems that they would prefer Clark to be less well-known so they wouldn't have to deal with these difficult financial issues. Fighting over crumbs while Clark is making a brand new cake is an example of a scarcity mindset. Let's concentrate on Kathy Angelbert in particular. She was hired as a CEO type from Deloitte, who is said to be adept at analyzing data and expanding a company. However, the Caitlin Clark phenomenon has totally outwitted her. She has responded awkwardly and frozenly to this new commercial period. Recall that during a broadcast interview, this same commissioner found it difficult to respond to a straightforward question regarding racial toxicity aimed at Clark. The corporate non-answer she attempted to offer backfired badly. Smith has implied that Angelbert is furious because she is aware of her hot seat status. WNBA franchises are owned by business people. They can see the figures, the sold-out venues, the stuff flying off the shelves, and the chartered aircraft that Clark persuaded the league to embrace. The commissioner won't stay long if she is perceived as a roadblock to progress and as being petty about advertising instead of leveraging it. Most likely, the anger is fear. Worry that she is being shown to be the incorrect leader for this new age. Angelbert seems incapable of keeping up with Clark's rate of development. The advertisement represents that speed. It is smooth, quick, and appealing to people all over the world. In the meantime, the WNBA's official marketing frequently seems outdated and awkward. The commissioner is losing badly in this conflict between competence and beauty. According to rumors, she is simply resentful of being overshadowed by her own player rather than trying to match Clark's intensity. The only appropriate term is jealousy, so we must use it. It has been used by Stephen A. Smith. It has been used by Charles Barkley. We usually discuss how players are envious of one another. Jealousy even reaches the executive suite, as SAS is now revealing. A commissioner is envious of her own player. But why? Because Clark actually has more influence and power than Angelbert. The world pays attention to what Caitlin Clark has to say. People either ignore Kathy Angelbert or are unaware of her identity when she speaks. For a CEO accustomed to being in charge, that is a harsh reality. Regardless of the league standings, Clark's position as the face of women's basketball is cemented with this new ad. For years, the office tried to create stars and convince supporters who to support. After Clark arrived, everything happened spontaneously, naturally, and without intervention. The anger is that of a micromanager who has lost control. Since Clark doesn't require their approval or financial support, they are unable to dictate to her what she should wear, what she should say, or who she should sign endorsement deals with. Their power is directly threatened by this independence. Strange manifestations of this include the length of time it takes for WNBA official accounts to share Clark's highlights in comparison to other players. Throughout the season, fans have recorded this trend. It originates at the top and is trivial and immature. The league's inaction is among the most striking features of the whole issue. Did the official WNBA account repost this new commercial when it was released? Did they congratulate their celebrity on reaching a wider audience with the game? Did they celebrate the relationship with a press release?
No.
Total quiet. When NBA players release new trademark sneakers or prominent advertisements, the league promotes them because they know it benefits the whole ecosystem. It is deafening how silent the WNBA has been about Clark's commercial successes. It supports all of Stephen A. Smith's assertions. Your biggest star's achievement is only disregarded if you're resentful of it. The league's relationship with its fan base is being deliberately harmed by this silence. The millions of new admirers Clark attracted are not foolish. The double standard is evident to them. They observe the animosity. They are beginning to see WNBA executives as antagonists in this narrative. The commissioner is establishing a line in the sand by declining to accept the commercial. We are up against her. And the WNBA will undoubtedly lose that battle, as Stephen A. Smith forewarned. Cultural momentum is unstoppable. The zeitgeist cannot be defeated. At the moment, Clark is the zeitgeist. Since this is the deadliest aspect of the theory, we must relate boardroom wrath to on-court violence. The league as a whole will take note if the commissioner and league administration publicly express disapproval of Clark's commercial appeal. Going after her is okay. A respectful and protective tone would be established if the commissioner treated Clark as the valuable treasure that she is. But Angelbert successfully takes away Clark's protection by behaving icily and seemingly angry about her marketing success. The hard fouls have been witnessed. Blindside hits and eye pokes have been observed. The league's discipline has been sluggish and inadequate following each instance. SAS contends that this is related. A player that makes the leadership feel inferior is not someone they want to shield. Perhaps they secretly wish to watch Clark struggle, which is why they are allowing her to be subject to jungle norms. In order to say, see, she's not that special, they want her to be completely demolished. However, each time she gets up to film a new commercial, it disproves their assertions. They're taking the wrong route, as Stephen A. Smith just revealed. This drama is far from over. So if this narrative opened your eyes, hit the like button and subscribe.